Hey everybody, how are you? This is Amar Sheth at Sales for Life. Welcome to another edition of, you know what this is? The Social Success Factor, where we interview some of the best and brightest salespeople all across the planet to find out how they're using social media to supercharge their sales goals. So, we have today with us Keith Weightman. Keith, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Hey, we love to have you. We love to hear your story. Keith's from Bullhorn. Bullhorn is one of the most premier software packages in a cloud for the staffing and recruiting industry. I'm sure Keith would disagree and add way more to that generalization, but I think for our purposes, that's good. Keith, please tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you up to this point.
Sure. So I've been with Bullhorn for about a little over a year. Prior to that, I was selling software in the HR payroll space, and I've been involved with social for a while now, mostly on LinkedIn. I started following Jamie Shanks and Sales for Life end of 2012, and really decided it was time to take my social to the next level. For me, I view my profession as a salesperson as a profession and not just a job. So I know that in order to continue my profession in the right direction, I needed to be able to get into the latest trends from a selling standpoint, and social obviously is growing. So start following you guys and have seen great results and since that time.
So are you at liberty of talking about some of those results?
Sure. So I started, like I said, at Bullhorn in the beginning of 2013, and that's really when I started getting heavily involved in social, with LinkedIn, Hootsuite, Feedly, TimeTrade, a lot of the social practices that you guys teach and share with, share with the people that follow you.
Wow, you're in it really deep.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to follow the best like you guys. So. Had a really successful year last year. I was over 150% of plan.
Wow.
Also was awarded Account Executive of the Year of North America, which was, a great honor. And I think it's a testament to hard work, determination, and then obviously making sure that I'm adding social as a key element to what I do on a day-to-day basis.
That's great. Now, are you able to give us and give the audience some tidbits of information, some nuggets on how you're using social, just high level,
Yeah, so I would say the two or three tools I use the most are Hootsuite, LinkedIn, and then Feedly. I also use ToutApp a lot, which is more of an email marketing, and I use that to set up a lot of my content that I have saved in Feedly that I share out. But I think one big thing to know is I'm not 100% social. It's definitely a large part of what I do from a selling standpoint. But I think it's good to note that I'm still making calls. I'm still getting out in front of people. I'm still sending emails. So I use ToutApp more from building out a content library of different help articles that would add value to the people that I work with. So on a daily basis, one of the main things I do before I get my day started is I find content that I want to share out. I use Hootsuite to schedule it out through the day, so that way I'm continuously visible, but I'm not sitting on Hootsuite the whole day or LinkedIn posting articles. And obviously, as you know, Feedly brings all the content to me, and I can just pick and choose and then be able to share it out. Then I look on LinkedIn. One of the big things I've done on LinkedIn is I've created a LinkedIn group called basically a staffing and networking group for my area. And I win my CRM, I downloaded all the contacts and prospects in my database, and then I got an invite out to them to join my group as another touch point for me to stay in front of my clients and be able to not just promote Bullhorn, but be able to add value by providing content and articles that would be of value to them. So those are some of the main tactics I use, because then that way from when I reach out to do my calls and my emails, if they're already part of my group and they've seen me in the things that I've shared, it makes for a lot warmer call than just the run-of-the-mill cold call.
Keith, I mean, you're doing so much. I'm having a hard time even keeping up with you. So tell us this. I mean, you're so advanced in your approach, which is great. But you didn't start there, obviously, right? You had to learn the basics just like everybody else. So you've been at this for a year. How long did it take you to kind of just become comfortable with social?
So I would say it was definitely a learning process, but I'm also I don't want to say I'm obsessive compulsive, but I'm the type of person where I find something that I want to learn more about. I kind of will immerse myself into it and learn as much as I can as fast as I can to be able to be proficient at it. So yeah, it was a learning process over several months, but like I said, I was following you guys heavily, reading all the blogs, watching all the videos, and then incorporating it day by day into what I do on a daily basis. So yeah, there was a learning curve there, but like I said, I'm the type of person that goes 100% when I find something I like.
You go the distance.
Yeah.
So, Keith, listen, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. I guess on a parting note, what can you say to salespeople today, especially, our beloved B2B industry salespeople? What can you tell them that makes them kind of get into social? What advice can you give them?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, over the years, social has grown. It's become more of a component of, sales. And for me, I work with recruiters. Recruiters are on LinkedIn all day. So I have to have a presence there. But for sales in general, if you're viewing this as a profession and not just a job, you need to take yourself seriously. You need to be able to create a social presence and a brand for yourself, because that's what's going to follow you throughout your career. So if you don't have a presence on LinkedIn and Twitter, a professional presence, as you as a salesperson, you're not only hurting yourself in the short term, but also the long term as you progress in your career. If you're not building that brand for yourself, social's only growing. So I would tell everybody, if they're not involved in it, take the time to learn it and get involved as much as you can, because I've seen great results. I know a lot of your customers have seen great results. A lot of people that I work with that use social have seen great results too. So you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't get involved.
Excellent. Well, Keith, thanks for your time. Continued success to you, my friend. I really do appreciate it. And if you don't mind, we'll follow up maybe towards the end of the year and see how social is continuing to make a difference in your daily selling activities.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for the time. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here. Have yourself a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.